And we are back for another round of a iMovie lesson, a little screencast. And I would call this Thursday lesson sweetening up my audio and give you a couple tips for working with audio and then show you a couple other video edits that you might want to make and then how to make adjustments when things are already set in your timeline with respect to audio. So anyhow, I had added the same types of sounds you had added, and I'll play up to a part and we'll see one of my edits that I decided I wanted to make and show you how to make it.
What was that? Sounds like enemy gunfire. Gotta get back to the base and warn the troops.
Okay, right here when he was walking across the desert, I was looking through these sound bites, and voice number 10, when I previewed it with spacebar, sounded like this.
Your left, your left, your left, right, left.
That would be perfect for that part where he's walking through the desert. So I decided to just drag this into the timeline roughly where I wanted it. And you can see where I put it. I put it kind of back at the beginning. Oh, I see. I put it at the position of the playhead. So I'll keep that in mind when I put the next one in. But anyhow, I wanted it to start right about here when he's starting to walk across there. If you zoom in, you can see things a little bit tighter. So this is what I have up until that point.
What was that? Sounds like enemy gunfire. Gotta get back to the base and warn the troops. Your left, your left, your left, right, left.
Okay, you see the problem? It switches clips and I don't want to hear that anymore. So what you can do is you can move to the left side, trim that down a little bit so it starts a little bit later. Maybe it'll start right here.
Your left.
And I can slide it back into place, but now I need to trim the right side
Your left.
so it stops playing right about here. And you can trim the right just like you trim the left, if I can find a natural stopping place.
Your left, your left, your left, right, left.
Right about there. If I bring this back, let's see if I stop it right there, how that sounds and looks.
Your left, your left, your left, right, left.
Okay, that works fine. The other thing I guess I could do is I could trim it there, but I don't think it's going to make it any better if I trim it back quite that far. So
Left, right, left.
I like that part. So voice number 10 is in there. I did find a few others that would fit, and I'm sure as you start working, you can tinker around with some of these voices. Voice number 14.
Oh, cursed sun, you eternal furnace, leave me and shine on some other poor devil.
All right, that's perfect for when he starts looking up at the sky, at the sun. So if I scroll down a little bit, I thought that would go... Well, I had found another one to put here too, the sizzling sound. But after further review, I decided that sizzling sun might be better. So to remove a clip you don't want, just click on it till it turns dark like that. Again, the big delete, and now I can use this one. Voice 14. So if I put this here, that playhead, and I bring the clip in by dragging, right? I'm in Finder. Voice 14, drag it and drop it. It's going to put it at the spot of the playhead. That's a good tip. Now if I scroll back, okay, here we are. That's not where I wanted it. Should have put it at the spot of the playhead, but let's move down a little further. Easy to drag it.
Oh, cursed sun, you eternal furnace, leave me and shine on some other poor devil.
Okay, so that one works well there. And a guy could continue doing this. I've got voice in there for those two clips. There was another one I thought would be kind of fun to put it in there. He talks about vultures in voice 7.
What is that? Vultures? Birds of death.
Okay, so when I was over here, that could be part of, if I bring this down, zoom it down a little bit, scroll back over to the right where he's looking up into the sky. Something like that, right about there. He's talking about the vultures, the birds of death. So voice 7, if I brought it into this part of the timeline and slid it down a hair, And again, I don't have any audio here. I can trim this one down. This is when he starts talking about the vultures right here in this clip.
What is that? Vultures, birds of death. You will not take me.
All right, that fits fine in that spot. So you can have some fun by placing some additional audio clips in those spots, and that would make your video much more interesting to watch. Let's see, there was another edit that might work here. Okay, we would like to put one clip in between these two. The rollover and scream would fit good right between the vultures and where he actually finds himself coming out of that dream scene. So the rollover and scream, how long is this? This looks like it's, in the neighborhood of about 13 seconds. You don't have to use the whole clip. I'm going to play it back here. And this one does have some audio.
Yeah.
All right, we don't want that. Did you hear him say go?
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do is probably have to crop. I'll catch a little bit of the rollover. So if I crop this clip with Command K, I thought, boy, that would go good right after the vultures. So if I grab that now and drop it between the vulture clips, like so, and play that back.
What is that? Vultures, birds of death. You will not take me.
Okay, now that works out well. If I could get rid of some of the beginning of that so it picks up and leaves off from one scream and picks up where he left off, that would be great. Just trim a few frames off of that front end of that. I was thinking maybe just a couple here so he's kind of mid-scream. So if I just take my delete key and trim those frames, I can leave it off from here. All right, I might even trim a couple more so he's still mid-scream. Like so. Now we go from one scream right into the middle of the other.
Right.
And that's a fitting ending. So my video I'm pretty happy with. I've got audio the way I want it. The video plays the way I want it to. The only concern here is that when I play it back, some of the music is louder than some of the voice, and I wanted to show you how to dim down parts and bring parts up. So as I play this one,
What was that?
most editors make the mistake of having the music too loud. And so the music kind of overplays the things like that. So what you can do is if you go up to your view menu, you can show clip volume levels. And then you have this black line. If I go to that same menu, and uncheck show audio waveforms, I can see the black line a little bit more clearly. So now I can say, for example, well, maybe I want to take this audio clip, and instead of having it at 100%, I could bring it down. You know, so most editors, like I said, make the mistake of having the music too loud. Maybe even a little bit less. I want to be able to hear the voice, especially the vulture part.
It's like enemy gunfire.
I'm going to bring it down even more. Way down.
Enemy gunfire.
There we go.
Gotta get back to the base and warn the troops. Your left, your left, your left, right, left.
All right, bring it forward. I want to go down to, let's check this one.
Oh, curse it.
You can go the other way too. I mean, I could take this clip where he's talking about the vultures.
What is that? Vulture.
Oh, this one here, I had duplicated that audio clip, the background music, so I should bring that down to the same level. I think it was 17.
What is that?
I can take clip number 7 now, the voice, and I can bring that the other way. So if I want that a little louder, voice 7.
What is that? Vultures? Birds of death. You will not take me.
Okay, so my video is looking good. A couple kids asked about using the fly on the nose clip. Okay, that might fit in place of the close-up of the headshot. The only problem is you want to make sure that you match the amount of time that the two of them are on there. So if I look closely at close-up head, that shows that it's 4 seconds and 4 frames. So if I want to take that out of there and not mess up all the audio that I was carefully putting in there, I should only use the same amount of fly on nose. So what if I marked up, I don't know, how long is this one? It's 13:19, so I would have to crop out quite a bit to get it down to 4 seconds. So what if I take out, it's a unique clip. It's hard to imagine that fly being real. All right, so if I go from, let's say, I'm trying to get 4 seconds and 4 frames. So if I started at 6 seconds and ended at 10:04, I'd have 4 seconds and 4 frames. So let's bring this one out to 10:04. And let's say that I want this to go in place of the close-up of the head that's in the timeline down here. So I'm going to crop this one first. Fly on nose is now cropped. And now if I take close-up head and delete it and then put fly on nose in its place, let's see what that looks like. So close-up head is now gone. Fly on nose is going to go in between. And let's see how those several clips play together.
What was that? Vultures?
So, it didn't mess up my audio at all, but that's kind of an advanced edit. Because if you had used the whole clip, it would have pushed the video down. It wouldn't have lined up with the audio, which, you can do, but then you have to bring your audio back in line with your video clips that you wanted. I guess the last edit that I should make with respect to my audio is taking this leftover music at the end, and I shouldn't have all of this. Okay, when he gets taken into the van here, I should probably cut it.
Freddie, come on, he's in.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just split this audio right here, and I can remove the last half of it. So I'm going to play it and listen to it. All right, so if I just take the desert theme, put my playhead right here, and I go to edit, I can split audio clip at playhead because it's selected, it's purple. And now I have 2 halves of it. And I could just take this second half and get rid of it. So my video ends up like this. This one I might have a little bit too soft. I should bring that up a hair.
Freddie, come on, he's in the sandbox again. All right, General, let's go. We need you back at headquarters. There we go. In the Jeep.
All right, that is funny. So it's good stuff. Anyhow, that is our screencast for how you sweeten up audio and maybe make one of those advanced video edits like dropping that fly in the nose in there. So give it a try. By the end of the hour, you should have your video complete with audio and be set for tomorrow's lesson, which will revolve around adding titles and transitions. And then we're ready to move on to some pretty cool stuff. So, all right, I hope you had some fun here. Adios.